Prince 2 has a number of plans that can be created during various points in time within a project. These plans can also be created within any project. We will now take a look at what those plans are. There are 5 types of plans that can be created in a Prince 2 project, and I've talked about some of these already in previous topics. The first one is a project plan. We can then have a stage plan, team plan, exception plan, and a benefits review plan. Each of these plans will be discussed in further detail in the following slides. The project plan encompasses the whole project and forms part of the project initiation documentation. It is created during the initiation stage and is reviewed and revised throughout the project. Why do you think the plan for the project is reviewed and revised throughout the project, and it's not a static document from day dot? Well, things are likely to change throughout a project. The requirements may change, a stakeholder may change, the timing may change, the budget may change, something else may change. If something does change, then the plan needs to be updated to account for that change having occurred. So the project plan is something that's created at the beginning in the initiation stage, but it should be reviewed, revised, and maintained throughout the duration of the project. We have a project and we break a project up into a number of stages. We then need to plan each of those stages. For the first stage, we create an initiation stage plan, which is created during the starting up a project stage. Once finalised, the initiation stage plan goes to the project board for authorisation. This then represents the formal start of the project. We can then have delivery stage plans, which are created on a rolling basis. So at the end of each stage, when we are executing the managing a stage boundary process, we want to have a snapshot of where we are at, what we have done during this particular stage, what we have achieved, what we have not achieved, but not only that, what we need to do to plan for the next stage. So what are we going to do? How has our current plan changed? Do we need to update our current plan? And what is our plan for the next stage? Delivery stage plans are written and authorised during the managing a stage boundary process. Team plans provide another level of granularity in a project. They are optional and therefore not necessarily created for every project. Why are team plans not necessarily created for every project? Well, teams may not exist due to the nature and or size of the project, and therefore team plans are not necessary. There is no prescribed format for a team plan, and team plans are created by team managers to provide more detail on what needs to be done within a stage, how it needs to be done, what the work packages are, what the work schedules are, and who is accountable for doing the work within prescribed timeframes. Prince 2 has a principle called manage by exception. Manage by exception means that some flexibility is provided to the project manager to work within certain tolerances. A tolerance is the bounds by which something works within. Tolerances are generally provided when planning a project for the 6 project performance targets: budget, time, cost, quality, etc. So tolerances are created to allow the project manager to manage by exception and work within those boundaries. However, in reality, these tolerances can sometimes be exceeded, otherwise referred to as a tolerance violation. If there is a tolerance violation which can occur at any time throughout a project, it can affect the stage plan and/or it can affect the entire project plan at the top level. If this is the case, an exception plan is created to represent the new scenario and conditions of the project. The exception plan must contain an equivalent amount of detail to the plan it will eventually replace, which could be either the project plan or a stage plan. So it's still a plan, but it is a plan that has been created because there's been a tolerance violation. When planning a project and preparing the business case, the benefits that are going to be realised from the project must be identified. In addition to identifying the benefits, a plan for reviewing those benefits must be created. This is captured in the Benefits Review Plan, which is independent of the delivery plans that are created in a project. Why should a Benefits Review Plan be created? It provides important information about when and how the benefits of a project will be measured. Benefits are not usually realised during a project, at project handover, or even a day later. They could be realised after 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, or even later. It's therefore important to have a plan in place that stipulates when and how each of the project's benefits are going to be measured, as well as who is responsible for measuring each of those benefits. Here is a visual representation of the hierarchy of Prince 2 plans. It shows you how they fit within a Prince 2 project. The Benefits Review Plan, as previously mentioned, is an independent plan and is created in conjunction with the business case. The project plan is at the top level, followed by an initiation stage plan, a number of stage plans, and a final delivery stage plan. The number of stage plans created will vary amongst projects and will depend on the size, nature, and complexity of the project. Similarly, team plans may or may not be created for a project. An exception plan may also be created when needed as a replacement to the project plan or stage plan. This occurs when there has been a tolerance violation. Although there are a number of plans in Prince 2, it's important to understand why each plan exists and their relevance in a project.